My name is Jimmy Johns.
And Hi everyone, welcome to Doomsday Dawn. My name is Dan.
Hi everyone, welcome to Uncommon Trust. My name's B. Dave Walters.
And I'm Ash. We really need to work on learning from our mistakes.
Nope, none of that's true. Hi everyone, welcome to GameGorgon. My name's Indigo.
And I'm Krug.
And today we're going to be talking about all of the repeated mistakes that Activision Blizzard continuously makes.
This could be 7 videos, but instead we're just combining them all into one, kneading it for a while, rolling it out into a fine layer, and then making a pizza.
So the first thing that we're going to be talking about is we're actually going to revert you back to our old video about the HOTS scandal.
Yes.
And scandal.
It wasn't a scandal. They just canceled HOTS esports.
Yeah. They basically canceled it after in November saying that they were going to continue it.
Yeah.
They go, oh, by the way, we're not going to continue that anymore. You can watch that video to get more detail into that. It's important to talk about first because the very next thing that we're going to be talking about is the fact that there's these surveys that Blizzard sends out.
Yep,
and
like customer research survey stuff.
Yeah, like, hey, what's your thoughts about this? Like, it's kind of dipping their toe in the water to see how things would react before they do that.
Which is fair.
Yeah, they made one for Hearthstone.
Cool.
And right on the cusp of losing HOTS esports, the question that they decided to ask is, would you continue to play Hearthstone if there was no official Blizzard-sponsored esports events?
How do you not expect us to read into that? Because you're like begging for people to go, hey, you're thinking very seriously about canceling Hearthstone esports. I do talk about how game developers are like really just stupid sometimes and like really short-sighted and not necessarily in tune with how intelligent or thorough their audiences are. I feel like they could have called this, you know?
Yeah.
It doesn't seem that difficult.
Me personally, I do not watch Hearthstone esports.
No.
I don't find it an active or fun thing to watch.
Same.
I do watch like compilations of things that have happened in Hearthstone because it's much quicker.
Like ridiculous combos or when somebody misses lethal, but slogging through a whole tournament of Hearthstone?
Yeah.
No.
It's not fun to watch. I can see that if they had the idea, hey, it doesn't get us numbers, it's not necessarily affecting our ground level. I can get them like understanding to want to pull back.
Sure.
But after they've already done that with Hearthstone, with HOTS, and then doing it with Hearthstone, you're just like, fuck you.
Yeah.
This goes back to the conversation that we talked about in the HOTS episode, which is, you know, we're hearing all these rumors that Activision is saying you need to cut your budgets down, you need to cut these things. This is it. This is them cutting the fat. They're cutting esports out because they're not making the money that they want from it.
Which I have to say is like, I guess an ideal scenario. Like and I know a lot of you are going to hate me for saying this, but I'd much rather them cut esports to reserve money for making games good. Now, whether or not they're doing that successfully at the present moment is debatable. At least they have the opportunity to now. Like, you maybe put more money into WoW and get it to be like an interesting, engaging, less money grabby game. We shouldn't have talked about it. I know how much that topic gets on your dog's nerves.
I can agree with you if that was the idea of them cutting esports to benefit the game as a whole.
Yeah. I'm not sure if that's what they're doing.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying that is either. Yeah. I'm just saying that I can understand if that was the route that they were going.
Yep.
The problem I have with games like Hearthstone and Heroes of the Storm is that there is a large competitive market that exists out there.
Sure.
And by cutting it, it kind of also hinders and hampers the game as a whole.
Of course, and I agree with that 100%, especially the way they handled it with Heroes of the Storm. Especially, because those people got screwed. Hearthstone has the potential to be more graceful. Do I think it will be? Probably not, just judging by the way they handled HOTS. Like, I can't imagine somebody that had that bad of an idea for how to handle a transition like that, learning from their mistakes.
Oh, yeah.
Theme of the episode.
Now, Mike Morhaime, we knew he was leaving. There was a big goodbye at BlizzCon, and we knew he was leaving, but he was moving into a position where he would be able to, you know, give opinions, and he was moving to a less active position.
Yeah.
That was back in November.
Yeah.
Right? It is now January.
Yes, 2 months.
And he's like, oh, by the way, I'm leaving
I'm
in
out.
April. This is my speculation, is that his contract says that if you do want to leave, you have to give us X
Amount of time. Yep,
Yeah.
probably.
I'm sure that everything that's going on with Activision Blizzard, he's probably getting a lot of shit right now, and he's just like, no, I don't want to deal with this anymore. I helped create this baby, and you're already ruining it, and I'm not in a position where I can really change things. I'm out.
If he is a passionate person, I can see it. If somebody took QueueTimes and turned it into like upside down, way over like commercialized and predatory and like
it turned into monster
bullshitty.
ads.
Yeah.
What's your reasoning for leaving other than like, this is going bad?
You don't need the money and you don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
Those are the two things. He's rich enough to not need the money. I would be extremely surprised if that wasn't true. And he doesn't want to hear it. He just doesn't want to he doesn't want his name there anymore. It's like a personal, like hearing the word Blizzard and the like in the
negative
title
connotation behind it.
But in the titles of all these like news outlets that are just calling them out for their shit, he doesn't want to like feel that anymore. He wants to look at it from the outside and be like, told you, bitch.
Yeah.
Which I totally get.
Speaking of I told you, bitch, Activision Blizzard, their stocks actually dropped about 10%.
Yeah. If you go further back, I think I've found up to a 40% drop recently.
Yeah.
Which is like insanity, but also thank you, gaming community, for just getting them. Just get them. Just it's the knife has been drove in, and now we just have to like twist it until they stop doing dumb stuff.
To stop flinching.
Also, QueueTimes doesn't endorse violence
unless it's against a video
metaphorical
game
violence. Metaphorical violence. Super great. Literal violence, no.
They basically can make a choice. We need to buck up and go back to the ways that we used to be when we were successful.
Or, and I'm going to throw this out there, come up with something else that is also acceptable, which is totally fine. You don't have to go back to nostalgia times.
No, that's not what I'm saying. What I mean is like quality. Like going back to the quality that they used to bring.
Yes.
I'm not saying that they have to go out and be like, we're only supporting vanilla WoW. No, what I'm saying is
I get where you're coming
they're
from.
going back to what Blizzard is known for, which is quality.
High polish,
Yes.
great content, engaging games.
Their other choice is to continue down this route and burn.
Yeah. or third choice, they can pivot away from their entire player base and start from scratch. They can just literally put all of their money into mobile games and just start doing that now. Is that like the best option in my opinion? No. Do I think that it might happen? Actually, kind of, yeah. Just the way that they're dealing with Diablo, the way that they're dealing with like announcing around the Diablo Immortal thing, their intention behind the mobile market, that there's a small chance that might be what they're doing. They might be pivoting away from everyone.
Well, and they're pushing a lot of their IPs towards mobile. At least that there's like job positions and stuff like that aren't necessarily just Diablo franchise.
Yeah.
They're looking for positions. So you're just like, why? And it would be one thing if they were continuously being successful and going the route they were, as well as going, okay, we want to spend some of our resources also looking into this market. But they're literally just like, bah! No one is handling it very well.
No.
Them, us, no one.
Yeah.
And we can see that with the fact that Bungie has decided to separate themselves.
I mean, okay, we can't necessarily like attribute a motive to them separating. Like there might be something unrelated, but it would be very coincidental, right? Like if this stuff is happening and then Bungie's like, oh, by the way, we're leaving now.
It was a 10-year contract that they had that started in 2010. They got a year left. They could have very easily just kept going down this route and at the end of the year just been like, cool, our contract's over, we out. But they've decided to go a completely different route and just be like, we're buying our own content back, we're separating. A lot of people have a feeling that it has to do with some of the statements that were made during the last meeting, which was Destiny 2 was financially unsuccessful in their eyes. This is Activision Blizzard.
Yeah, of course.
Saying that Destiny wasn't, and that they were looking at ways to better monetize it. AKA adding more microtransactions into the game. Because Bungie feels that Destiny 2 is doing well and is found its core group.
Yeah.
And is growing out from there.
Yep.
Like a lot of games, especially long-term games, aren't WoW. They don't have this
You
massive
don't
build-up.
compare things to WoW.
Exactly.
That's like, I feel like every time I listen to like a conference for game developers and they're talking about MMOs, they always talk about, don't look at WoW. Don't look at WoW. These are the things that you have to do. WoW is an anomaly.
Yeah.
Don't pay attention to it. I'm gonna go back into it.
Oh, yeah.
Just to support this choice, if nothing else.
Yeah.
Like, I'll give it like 3 months, I'll play Destiny, and if I still like playing it, I'll keep playing it, but like, I just wanna support Bungie. I just want them to like, I want them to succeed in this venture so that more developers down the road think I can do that too.
While we are happy with that, they are getting full support from Blizzard on
like-
the launcher.
Like customer support as stuff as well.
Yeah, as far as I'm aware. I
Yeah.
mean, I think that there is a point in which they're going to transition.
Yeah, but I think that happens after
Yes.
the game transitions.
Yes.
It could have been Bungie's fault. Bungie
Yes.
can continue making bad choices. I don't think they're going to be as bad. I really genuinely think that now that they're away from Activision, you're going to start seeing a game developer that feels more like a game developer and less like a thief. Mm-hmm. I give you permission to release your own launcher, Bungie. I will download it. You're welcome.
Now, the last thing that we're going to be talking about is the fact that there is a class action lawsuit being built against Activision Bungie. But Activision Blizzard. There isn't a ton of details, but if you are someone that owns stock in Activision Blizzard, you could theoretically be in this class action lawsuit.
From what I understand, it's a law firm building the class action like of its own volition. Mm-hmm. So I don't think it's like it has like an underground movement.
It's not like there's a ton of people.
shareholders.
Yeah, it's not like a whole bunch of people are like, we need to do this. It's a law firm saying what they did was wrong, and
we can help you get that. We've already built the
if you
framework.
have mesothelioma,
mesothelioma.
I don't know where this is going to go. I don't own any stocks in it, so...
Honestly, if you're watching this show, you probably don't own any stocks in it either because...
You don't know.
Or especially watch these
if
episodes.
you do...
If you own a stock of Activision Blizzard...
Let us know in the comments. If you're going to... I don't know.
And if you don't, also let us know in the comments because we want comments.
Yeah. All right, while you're down in the comments... head over to the like button, make sure to like the video, hit the subscription button if you are not subscribed, hit the bell icon so you can get notifications for all of our future content, and then head over to Twitter and talk to us. You can talk to me on Twitter at IndigoQT.
It's called the subscribe button, not the subscription button. I don't know where that came from.
You know what?
You can talk to me at QueueQT on Twitter. You can talk to both of us at all these social media platforms down below, all of which are free of microtransactions.
I had to think of that too. I was like, are they?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
They are.
Yeah.
Well, hold on. Is Twitch down there?
No. Yes? Yes.
So if Twitch is down there, technically
No, but
there are.
that doesn't... Whatever. Fucking... just go to them anyways.
Bye.
Bye.